We're out of the room, back into the more well-lit basement, and clockwise movement takes us back into this familiar corner, where we had previously seen the starting line of baseball figures on both sides. Only now we're back in the corner to see the non-sports figures. And you see some down here. It's mostly going to be Marvel Legends figures and DC Universe, as well as some others. But before we delve into these figures down back here, I'd like to just take a minute to address my viewing audience and start by saying thank you. Thank you to all of you out there who are watching my video, all or any part of it. Really means a lot to me. Please leave comments and feedback, as I absolutely will respond to it. In fact, I'd really enjoy making a series of follow-up videos to this video of my collection where I can directly respond to comments and feedback on my collection for anybody who's been watching the video. And also, maybe I could talk about one or two parts of my collection in depth. Stories, retrospection, history, and such. But before I can even engage in that endeavor, I'd first like to complete the monumental task, and at this point, guys, monumental with a capital M, of showing you the remainder of my collection, which is to say all the non-sports figures down here in the basement, and then, of course, the diecast. And these follow-up videos, of course, would be much shorter videos than this one. And for those who have been watching this video since the beginning, I got a thing that's been going on for quite a while now and could very well be the longest video of a collection in the history of man, for all I know. But once again, thank you for watching it. And again, my motto is, if you got the time, then I got the collection to show you. And for those who collect this stuff and are interested in it like I am and share a passion for it, I hope it's been informative and entertaining. And once again, thank you so much for watching it. So back to the collection you're seeing here through the viewfinder, this part of the corner of the basement. Brief explanation of how I'm going to show it to you. What I had to do essentially was I had to deconstruct this corner of the basement. And what I mean by that is I had to remove parts of it so I can get access back here and show it to you. So what you're seeing through the viewfinder here is a top portion of the display back here. And then below that, you see some empty floor space with a bucket that I've actually been using as a chair. And this space is normally occupied by more rows of Marvel Legends figures. But again, I had to deconstruct it and take these rows out so I can gain access back here to show it to you. And then when the section back here is fully reconstructed, you guys will see what I mean when I say that full reconstruction of this section back here makes it inaccessible. So once again, I had to remove parts of it so I could show it to you essentially section by section. Here in the corner, we'll start at the top, work our way down to the Marvel and DC figures. There's another Micronauts figure from Palisades. This time it's Membros. Previously, we saw Acroyear in gold. This is Membros in yellow. Just like Acroyear, Membros had many different colors. There was, I think, clear, green, maybe red and blue. And like Acroyear, Membros is a villain or a bad guy. Gilderman was the hero from the wave, the skinny guy. Had one in my collection when I was a kid. He was the hero from the wave, and Membros and Acroyear were villains. At the top row here, we see Simpsons figures. They measure 4.5 inches in scale and were made by a company called Playmates that were coming through mass market retail back in the late 90s, early 2000s. I think these ran from about 98 to 03 or 04. And they were coming through Toys R Us, Target, Walmart. Occasionally I'd find one at a Jewel Roscoe. And they released about 15 different waves, Playmates did, of these figures, with about 5 or 6 different characters in each wave. And here you see this Bart Simpson. This Bart was one of the core characters from the show, and from one of the early waves, waves 1 or 2. There you see him packaged up with accessories, skateboard, Santa's little helper, and a slingshot. And as the waves roll on, you get more periphery characters. Like here's Series 7, you see Cletus, a periphery character in the show. Now Series 8, you got a different version of Willie called Ragin' Willie with the shirt off, the shotgun, and Magrice. Love that episode. Got cameo characters like Dr. Stephen Hawking in his wheelchair fashioned like a helicopter from Series 13. And then here's Series 14, is a different version of Willie, the groundskeeper Willie in kilt. And this one on the end here, I think was one of the final series, which is Series 15, the comic book guy in the worst episode ever shirt. And as far as, I don't know what Playmate's intention was on these exactly, but it's kind of like a half toy, half collectible item, is what I think they gave us. And it was very successful, ran 15 series. And I have these 7 figures. Oh, and by the way, there's Mo Sizzle in the end. I have these 7 figures in my collection. I do have an 8th one, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. But I found a lot more of these, and I kind of collected them vicariously through a friend of mine. Back in the late 90s, I was working with a guy named Eric. Very cool guy. And he knew I was a collector. And when I informed him that Simpsons figures were out there, he kind of gave me a perpetual green light and said, "Oh, dude, just buy them up for me. I want to start a collection. Every time you find one out there, just buy it, bring it into work, I'll pay you for it, and I want to start a collection. And I would never charge him or anybody else any more than I would pay for it at retail. So I started doing that. I started, every time I was out there in the retail stores, I find a Simpsons figure, I bring it in and Eric would buy it for his collection. And I probably did that for about the first 10 waves of figures. And I found them all for Eric, like every single one, including the hard to find Toys R Us limited box sets. So again, kind of collected them vicariously through a friend of mine. But in the later waves, I kind of went up with some from my collection. Like, for example, the Hawken, the Groundskeeper William Kilt, and the comic book guy. They were the harder to find waves at the end here because they were only coming through places like GameStop and EB Toys. So the harder ones to find towards the end here, I just pick up from my collection, as well as some of these others here. A couple of G.I. Joe items here. First one's a multi-pack. It's the Cobra Viper Pit. It's 6 Vipers in there, including an exclusive one. I think this is a Toys R Us exclusive, I'm not mistaken, because most of the multi-packs coming through retail back in the day were exclusive to Toys R Us. The other one's down here. It's a comic pack. It's Scrap Iron and Wild Bill with an exclusive comic book inside. And these are coming through, again, retail mid-2000s. And I have more of these compacts in my collection to show you. Now for a healthy dose of Marvel Legends and DC Universe figures. We're going to start here with these 2 rows of Marvel Legends by Toy Wiz. These 2 rows here are series 5 through 8, and they are an extension of what I showed you in the room, which was series 1 through 5 Marvel Legends, that began with the Chase Iron Man and kind of concluded with the 2 Red Skull Chase figures. Time frame wise, were 2004 through 2006. And we're going to see, just like in the room, regular figures, Chase figures, the occasional variation, and a lot more periphery figures, because now we're getting later into the Marvel Legends lines, and the core figures were used in series 1 through 3. So we'll start here. Series 5, Silver Surfer, Cable. There's Deadpool, and for the longest time, that was the only 6-inch Marvel Legends Deadpool. Until recently, Hasbro has put a lot of different Deadpool figures into their Marvel Legends line. There's Juggernaut, Phoenix. There's a Dark Phoenix Chase version, I just don't have it for my collection. Hawkeye. Down here is a regular and Chase Vision. There's the Reg. And here's the Phasing Vision Chase version. Same thing here with Black Widow, Reg, and Chase. Reg has her in the long red hair, and Chase has her in the shorter blonde bob hairdo. Here's Doc Ock. And on the end, Storm, there's the regular. Chase has her with the mohawk. And now you see they're coming with this little card, exclusive Marvel versus System trading card. Yeah, it's an interactive card you could use with their game. Up here are some Marvel Legends multi-packs. You see 2 of them here. All these figures are exclusive to the multi-pack. And I ordered, just like I spun that tale about the damaged one that arrived from ToysRUs.com, I did order these from Toys R Us as well, but this packaging was remarkably good, as opposed to the Captain America Red Skull that I was kind of forced to open because the pack was just so beat up. So here's a Marvel Legends Face-Off 2-pack. It's Daredevil, you see there, and Kingpin. It's the Chase version. That is the unmasked Daredevil, regular with the mask on. Here's the Chase Kingpin in the black suit, regular has him in the white suit. And then over is a Fearsome Foes 5-pack of Spider-Man. All these figures are exclusive. Spider-Man in the middle, flanked by his Fearsome Foes, Rhino, Carnage, and over here, Vulture and Lizard. A few more 2-packs to see here, although none of these are Marvel Legends per se. These 2 packs you're seeing here were actually made by the same company as Marvel Legends, Toy Wiz, and they predated Marvel Legends by a year or 2. And here's Unmasked Spider-Man and Green Goblin exclusive from the Greatest Moments series. And this one's from Spider-Man Classics. We had seen these in the room. It's Scorpion and Battle Ravaged Spider-Man. And again, these were the predated Marvel Legends, but you can kind of see how these figures do resemble Marvel Legends in some ways. Maybe just not as detailed. And there's a 2-pack from Marvel Universe, Secret Wars. It's Absorbing Man, Doctor Doom, and Wasp in there, in the package there, along with an exclusive Marvel Superhero Secret Wars comic book. More Marvel Legends in the top row here, but these Marvel Legends are not Toy Wiz produced. These are made by Hasbro. So that takes us timeline-wise to 2008 through 2010, because it was at that time that Toy Wiz was no longer doing the Marvel Legends figures, but instead Hasbro was. And you can see stark change in the packaging from the companies. The Toy Wiz produced one, the all-plastic clam, versus the Hasbro produced ones, where you have a cardboard top and a large clamshell. And these Hasbro produced Marvel Legends, again, from 2008 to 2010, served as a precursor to your modern day Hasbro Marvel Legends that, hang from the pegs at what's left of retail stores, the boxes. These are the ones that predated them. So we'll start on the end. Here's a 2-pack. It's Elektra and Ronin. It's a Hydra Soldier. Over here are some Walmart exclusive ones indicated by the sticker. There's Daredevil in the yellow costume and a very cool looking Punisher with the skull paint mask. Here's a little later version, 2 figures, Quicksilver and Yellow Jacket. Both of these are Chase versions. There's a Quicksilver Chase in green. The regular has him in a blue costume. And here, the Yellow Jacket's in gold flake paint. The regular has him in like canary yellow outfit. This one's more like gold flake paint, I guess. Found both of these figures at an A.J. Wright, which was a discount store, kind of like a TJ Maxx. And this store was around about 10 years or so ago. And they were marked down to like $4 each. And they proved hard to find, these Chase versions. So it was a good buy, I thought. Here's a Wolverine 25th Silver Anniversary figure. Toys R Us exclusive. It says limited edition, one of 25,000, which is not, I guess, all that rare. Anything 10,000 or less is rare. And actually, I remember correctly, it wasn't hard to find at Toys R Us. There was like 3 entire pegs full of them. But nevertheless, had to get it from my collection. It's a cool-looking silver figure there of Wolverine. And this is a Marvel Legends Ghost Rider in the blue outfit there and the flaming head. Only have a few Marvel selects in my collection. I have this one. We saw the Hulkbuster up in Showroom B and the Wizard World exclusive She-Hulk. But I just thought this was a pretty cool Ghost Rider, so I wanted it for the collection. Gonna see some DC Universe figures now. These DC Universe figures are made by the Mattel Toy Company. Came out about 2004, ran through about 2008 or 9, I would say. And these 2 figures here, the Man-Bat and the Batman, are from later waves. We're going to see more of these from the earlier waves. But this is wave 10 we're seeing here. So again, one of the later waves of DC Universe figures. And there's the Man-Bat. And over here, from the same wave, Batman in black armor with accessories. And over here are some more DC Universe figures. These are from wave 11. And here we have Deadman and Steppenwolf from Series 11. And I believe with Deadman, his head glows in the dark when the lights are off. There's a Steppenwolf figure. Notice it says, first time in 6-inch. So I guess we could say that's Steppenwolf's rookie figure. And even a later wave beyond that is over here of DC Universe. And this is the Spectre. You can see how the packaging changed a bit, how Mattel made a packaging change. And there's a Spectre. And like the Deadman, I believe Spectre glows his body when the lights are off in the dark. Marvel Legends figures continue here with these 2 rows. We had left off with this Storm from Series 8. And at this point, Toy Biz gets away from the numerical system of numbering like Series 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And they introduce something to us with this Angel figure called Build-A-Figure. Build-A-Figure is, you buy the action figure, and inside is a piece of a larger figure you build. In this case, it's Sentinel, as you see in the sticker there. So you get Sentinel's left leg in the package there, along with this figure of Angel. And then each other figure in the wave, like this one, Black Panther we're seeing in a second, comes with Sentinel's fist and arm. So back to the Angel figure here. This Angel figure actually is a Chase figure in the blue costume. The regular has him in red. And again, he's from the Sentinel Build-A-Figure wave. And then on to Black Panther here. Same thing, you had part of Sentinel's fist in there. And for the longest time, this was the only Marvel Legends 6-inch Black Panther figure in the market. It really was. Until just recently, with the explosion of popularity of the film and the Disney and Hasbro marketing machine, there's a whole bunch of Black Panther figures in the market these days. But for the longest time, it was just that one. And here's Cyclops and Chase outfit. Regular version has him in a dark blue outfit with his gold or yellow accents. This one's the light blue outfit with the white X across his chest. Here's a first appearance Spider-Man. Just a nice iconic figure from Amazing Fantasy. Really is. Now we're on to the Galactus Build-A-Figure wave with Bullseye, regular and Chase. Regular in the clean costume. Chase with the angry expression on his face and the tattered, dirty costume called the Angry Bullseye Chase. And down here we have Deathlock from the same Build-A-Figure wave of Galactus. Here's Hulk, Reg and Chase, first appearance Hulk. Regulars in the gray. Angrier Hulk, Chase in the green. These two figures of Wolverine and Wonder Man are from a Walmart exclusive wave. So they're not Build-A-Figure. So you only find them at Walmart in their Chase versions. This is the Old Man Logan Chase, Wolverine, I guess you would say. And here's the Wonder Man Chase in the hollow purple body with the red W across his chest. The regular had him in a more traditional blue hollow body. And over here is now we're into the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave is Bishop. And this is the bald Bishop Chase figure. The regular has him as more traditional long coif, but that's the bald Bishop Chase version. And there's the rest of the Toy Biz Marvel Legends figure and the three subsequent Build-A-Figure waves of Onslaught, Mojo, and MODOK. I want to circle back to that whole Build-A-Figure thing in just a second. But first I want to just finish showing you these figures. A lot of Chase figures to see here. Continuing on with the Apocalypse wave, you see Iron Fist in the red outfit, Chase figure. Regular has him in green, Chase in red. Here's the white Sasquatch. Regular, as you can see in the sticker there, is brown. Chase has him in white like a Yeti. Here's an unmasked Wolverine Chase figure. Not nearly as desired and softer as the unmasked Wolverine from Series 1. And unfortunately, the package is yellowed a little bit from oxidation, but it's a Chase figure. This X-23, which is like the female version of Wolverine, has her in black outfit. They also made her in a purple outfit. So I would say this is more a variation than it is a Chase figures. I think both were made in about equal quantities. Remember, the whole concept of Chase is that it's in lesser quantity than the regular one. Here's Sentry and Weapon X are Walmart exclusives from a Walmart exclusive Build-A-Figure Giant Man wave, just like the Logan and the Wonder Man up here. And just like them, they're Chase figures. Here's Sentinel in the Chase Canary yellow outfit and head sculpt with a beard. Regular has him in like a gold outfit with no beard. And Weapon X, same thing. The regular has him in blue outfit with Wolverine's head. The Chase, I should say, has him in black outfit with a scarred up head, result of what the laboratory did to Wolverine when they tried to make him Weapon X. Now I begin the Onslaught wave. Abomination Chase figure with the melted face. Regular has him with the intact face sculpt. Unmasked Green Goblin Chase figure. Regular has him with the mask on. Loki Chase figure with the crowned the crown he's wearing is horns. The regular version, he's wearing the crown of lies around his forehead. And that one, he's got the horns in the Chase version. Now we're into the Mojo wave, Build-A-Figure wave with a modern Falcon outfit. You see him wearing there. In the sticker, you see the older one. That's the regular. And the Chase has him in the more modern outfit. And from the same wave, you got first appearance Iron Man. Chase has him in gold armor, as you can see there. Regular has him in silver. And now the final Build-A-Figure wave is the MODOK wave. And here is Captain Marvel in hollow form Chase. Regular has him in human form. And down here we continue with that same wave. Destroyer is a Chase figure, surprise figure. Very difficult to find this one. Very difficult. Just like it was difficult for Thor to beat him. There's a Moon Knight Chase figure in the gray outfit. I think Regular has him in a black outfit. And Wasp on the end here. There's a few different versions of Wasp produced. I'm not sure which was the scarcest. I have the red outfit. They also made her, as you can see her, in black with the yellow trim. And then there was also I think, blue outfit Wasp. So 3 different versions. I'm not sure which one's the scarcest. I'm going to show you the DC Universe figures now. But before I do that, I want to just revisit the concept of Build-A-Figure that Toy Biz introduced us back in 2005. And even before I do that, I just want to say thanks to an old collecting buddy of mine named Mike. Mike hooked me up with those Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends figures in my collection and a lot of other figures over the years. So thanks, Mike, for that. But going back to the Build-A-Figure concept, again, it was revolutionary for its time. It really was. Nobody else was doing it. And when it was introduced to us by Toy Biz back in 2005, did the concept work? What about its long-lasting ramifications and impact today? Well, I think it did work on many levels. If you bear in mind that in order to build a figure, you had to be willing to go in there and move the piece of Build-A-Figure from the package. And there's a way to do that without destroying or obliterating the package completely. We touched on that when we talked about customizing figures, how somebody can take a X-Acto or razor blade and carefully cut along the bottom plastic of the package to remove something from inside of it without destroying the package. And you could do that, but just bear in mind that the package you have now is no longer a mint package. It's been altered. I think we'd all agree on that. So you could do that, and did people do that, or were they willing to do that? Well, I know my friend Jason was. Jason, Professor Jason, he would buy two figures, one to keep intact, and then one to remove the piece of Build-A-Figure to build MODOK or Mojo or Apocalypse or any of the figures that you could build. And I would know this for a fact because Jason would travel with Kenny as a tandem to the retail stores in the morning when they're hunting their figures down, and Kenny would call me from a Toys R Us in disgust, aghast, confused. Jason's buying multiple Marvel Legends figures. So why is he doing that, Kenny? Because he wants to build a figure piece in the one. Oh, okay, so Jason's building a figure. So obviously Jason elected to do it that way. And there was a third option for a collector would be just simply buy an assembled Build-A-Figure off eBay. It was going to cost you probably a couple $100. I know that's what they used to go for. I'm not sure nowadays. But $200 upwards would get you an assembled MODOK or Mojo Build-A-Figure off eBay. So you could elect to do it that way as well. And as far as what are the lasting impact today, well, Hasbro's still doing it with their Marvel Legends line. When Hasbro took over the Marvel license back from Toy Biz in 2007 or 8 or 9 and started doing their own Marvel Legends line, they kept the Build-A-Figure concept in their lines. And to this day, if you buy a modern-day Marvel Legends Hasbro figure in the box, the one that hangs off the pegs at a Walmart or Target or your online store, it's going to come with a piece of Build-A-Figure inside, like for the Build-A-Figure you can build from that wave. So once again, Hasbro continued the concept of Build-A-Figure. So clearly it was a successful idea, and it resonates even in today's action figure market.